Hello everyone and welcome to this weekly forecast video for week commencing Monday the 17th of January 2022. So we will do same as last week. There will be an overview of the week, there will be day by day guidance and then a motivational card for the week right at the end, and I will put the timestamps below so you can dip in and out of this video as you need to. Okay, so let's get going. So this week we have our first cards for the weekly overview. Let's just take a look. I'm doing the same thing again as last week. We have 3 cards from 3 different decks just to give us an interesting blend of energies. So for the weekly overview, we have partnerships and alliances, 2 of water, and temptation. Okay. Interesting blend of energies here. It's very interesting mix here. So this is a week where relationships will be highlighted. Okay, not just romantic relationships, but they will be highlighted too. And there may be like an ex that pops up into your life, or a former friend who sort of steps back in, maybe somebody that you're better off without. So I want you to be aware of that from the get-go. This week is going to help us to understand on a deeper level who our friends are. That's where we're going this week. That's one of the things that we're going to be learning. There's also a lesson about self-forgiveness this week, and, forgiving ourselves for allowing ourselves to be involved in relationships that perhaps weren't good for us. Because when we leave a relationship that was a bit, unpleasant or even abusive, very often there's a lot of guilt, there's a lot of shame, there's a lot of self-blame in that equation. So the energy this week is actually encouraging us to learn who is really our friend, who is really on our side, and also to forgive ourselves for past mistakes in relationships, and to know that we can do better, and to stop carrying that heavy burden of blame, because it's just unnecessary now. Let's let it go, let it go. So also this week, arguments may be resolved. It's very much a week of coming together with the people who are truly on your wavelength, who resonate and vibrate with you, and seeing who is deserving of your time and energy or not. So there is a suggestion of healing happening on many levels this week too. Emotional healing is highlighted, but it may be a week of healing on the physical or mental planes as well. And there is potential for breakthroughs in health and well-being this week. So that's a very positive sign. Okay, so let's move on to, yes, those cards, the cards for Monday. Okay, let's take a look at Monday. Okay, we have movement, choices and decisions. We have balance, and we have transformation. Okay, so Monday comes in with quite a pushy energy. It looks like there are some big decisions to be made, or you may be presented with new options that might seem very attractive or very exciting. And that could be in your work, it could be in finances, in romance, any area of your life really, or in a number of areas of your life. It doesn't just have to be one, there is that potential in a number of areas. But it's a real rush of energy that comes in this Monday that you can capitalize on, and there is potential for some real transformation here, which is very exciting. But caution is advised. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Even if it seems like all your Christmases have come once, you don't have to do it all now, or you don't have to do everything at once. So moderation is the key here. Try to maintain some balance in your decisions. Don't take on more than you can handle, or more that you can handle on the longer term. Think long term in your plans. If you decide to start something, make sure it's going to be sustainable for you on the longer term, because a lot of things are not. And when we take on something that isn't sustainable on the longer term, that can actually be self-sabotage. That can be a way of holding ourselves back, not taking ourselves forward. So, ultimately that would set you back to square one. So that's not real transformation, that's not real progress. Slow and steady wins the race, and it's not the moment to do all the things today. Okay, but you certainly can look at the options and maybe put some of them on the later base. Okay, so let's take a look at Tuesday. Tuesday's cards I have here. Big pile of cards, don't drop them, Helen. Right, okay. Right, for Tuesday we have positive movement forwards. Great card to see. I love it when this one comes up. We have the High Priestess, Archangel Haniel, and we have protection. Okay, some really, really lovely positive cards showing up. Very interesting blend again today. Very interesting feel. So Tuesday, a very intuitive day. Allow your intuition to steer the boat and you will be able to keep going. So there may be opposition to your plans today, or people getting in the way at work, getting in the way in your romantic life, not ideal, or basically just trying to mess with you. Okay, so the reminder comes through to be aware that other people are fighting their own inner battles, and no matter what happens, don't take it to heart. It's probably not personal. It's probably more about them than it is about you. So know that you're protected and loved by your angels. It's a good day to remember to call in Archangel Michael, your guardian angel, your spirit guides, whoever else you need to protect you, or to bring in some comfort so that you can feel safe and calm and protected today, or even just carry a piece of hematite, to deflect some of those negative energies that are going to be around. Just because other people around you are losing their heads doesn't mean that you have to. Wednesday, let's have a look at the cards. We have recognition and reward. That was actually quite a nice one to see. The wheel, always very interesting energy with this one, and wish wisely. Okay, this is quite a day. Okay, Wednesday is going to be an interesting day this week. It comes in with possibly some unexpected praise or support, which could be linked to money or work. But there's also a reminder to use your resources wisely, to be careful what you wish for and not let the genie out of the bottle unless you are good and ready to make those 3 wishes. Okay, things that you set into motion today could move very quickly, and it's really important that you don't let your enthusiasm drive you to do something reckless, because you're not invulnerable, so don't get cocky. Okay, so caution on Wednesday. It's a funny old day. So let's take a look at Thursday. Thursday's cards. We have Prosperity Begins. Nice to see. Plant that tree. 8 of Air. And we also have the Abundance card. Lots of money themes coming in here, which is really nice as well. So Thursday, very interesting day actually. The first thing my guides told me to write was, this could be the first day of your new life or not. So after the over-enthusiastic energy of Wednesday, Thursday is a day where we may be feeling less sure of ourselves, unfortunately, even though there's nothing to really worry about, but there's an energy of uncertainty that comes in. So abundance is always all around us, and there is no rush to get to any destination in life, because it's actually about the journey, not about arriving. But equally, there is a reminder here that you have to start sometime. Okay, I'm talking to you people who haven't thought about your financial future. I'm kidding, I'm not here to lecture you. Now, it doesn't have to be today that you start the thing that you should have started doing, but just don't while your life away. Don't while your life away waiting for retirement, for example. If there's something you need to address or deal with, then make a plan to do it. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis, okay? Very often there is no wrong decision when you have a decision to make. And I was reminded of this the other day when I was talking to a client. And very often you've got to remember that when you're faced with a choice and you have 2 options, the answer isn't necessarily yes or no, because there is a third option, which is, I'm not going to decide. Indecision is a choice, okay? If you're choosing not to decide, that's a choice too, and that's on you. You don't get away with it. So remember, you have 3 choices in every yes-no situation. But don't get too stuck. Make a decision, okay? The energy is kind of like piss or get off the pot. I'm going to be a little bit crude. Okay, let's move on to Friday on that bombshell. Okay, here we go. Friday, we have material and spiritual prosperity. My hand's shaking a bit there. There we go. That's better. We have 10 of Earth. Okay, and we have motivation. Look at this little fairy. Isn't she cute? Love this one. Okay, so Friday has a much nicer energy for us all this week, and there is potential for some really lovely times, spending time with true friends, with family, or just the chance to enjoy feelings of pride in something that you've accomplished. It's a really gorgeous energy today, really, really lovely, really excited. My heart chakra just lit up when I tuned into this day. So the energy on Friday has some extra buzz to it. There's excitement in the air, so it's a lovely day for a date, for a play date, or to do something fun. So go do the fun thing that you want to do. There's also Yeah, it's also a very opportune day if you're looking to meet somebody, to meet a romantic partner if you're single, because many hearts will be lit up on Friday and they'll be quite open. Might have a bit of a dreamy romantic feel to it. It might be kind of like a perfect day for some people. So there is that potential there if you are looking for love. That's quite nice energy to capitalize on there. So let's take a look at Saturday. Right. Okay, here's Saturday. We have truth, we have the sun, and we have nature's signs. Okay, I think we had this one last week on Sunday, so interesting to see it coming out again. Okay, that's a little bit unusual. Not unprecedented, but a little bit unusual. Okay, so when I actually first pulled these cards, I'd lost count of the days. And I thought I'd pulled the cards for Sunday. Then I realised I was on Saturday. So, which is interesting because this was a Sunday card last week. But there you go. I do want to say that this week, Saturday, may actually feel more like a Sunday. Okay, the energy is more sedate than you might expect for a Saturday. There's less to do. We might feel more relaxed or more inclined to spend time in spiritual practice, in prayer, doing some self-healing, doing some self-care, just doing something nice, having a lovely, bath with essential oils or taking care of ourselves. Also on Saturday, the outdoors beckons. So if that's an option for you, and I appreciate that some people are probably waist high in snow right now, and that may not be an option, but if it is an option for you, energetically, it's a beautiful day to go outside and commune with nature and the energy of the natural world, if that's possible for you. There's a real sense of harmony and understanding of what's important today. So really knowing what matters and what doesn't, and maybe having some aha moments again about the people who belong in your life, the people who don't, and the energies, the things that you want to do, what matters and what really doesn't matter in life. So it's a really beautiful energy. Enjoy it, and I would say spend some time in meditation if you have an opportunity, and get outside, go for a walk somewhere natural and beautiful. So now we come on to Sunday. Let's take a look at Sunday's cards. We have new beginnings. We also have Queen of Air. Look at her there with her crystal ball. Look at that, clear vision. And we have Journey. Now that is quite exciting to see. You get new beginnings and journey. Look at that. Okay. So Sunday has a rather unexpected energy of renewal. We might not see this energy coming. It feels almost like spring is in the air already. And you may well be feeling raring to go. It feels like your mind might be sharper than usual. Some things will be really coming into focus for some people today. And even though you might feel ready to jump today, just make sure that you take your brains with you. Okay, so if you decide, oh, I'm going to do this thing, or I'm going to suddenly start that project, stop and think first. Don't just leap from the frying pan into the fire. Make sure you plan correctly and pack your bag before you set out to climb that mountain. Okay, so there is a real energy of movement, which could indicate actual travel or the potential to travel. So it's a nice day to plan a holiday, a move, or a career break to go traveling around the world if that's what you want to do at the moment, for an extended period. Why not? Something I've done, really fun. And more options will show themselves on Sundays. And they will be options that perhaps you hadn't bargained for, maybe you weren't expecting. So stay open to that call to adventure if it arrives. Just make sure that you take your head with you if you're going to go. If you feel ready to go, like you feel like you're really ready to do something, to make a change, to travel somewhere, but you can't right now, or you feel halted or restrained, as a lot of people do at the moment, I do want you to remember that change is always possible, and it's not always the hare that wins the race. Okay. In fact, it may be the perfect moment to plan a step-by-step slow change in your life, because sometimes slow and steady can also win the race too. All right. We all know that fable about the hare and the tortoise. But the truth is, in life, sometimes the hare wins and sometimes the turtle wins. It just depends on the situation, and that's important to remember. Okay, so our last card for this week is our motivation card. I'll just show it to you because it's absolutely gorgeous. This is from the Messenger Oracle, one of my favorite decks. Look at this, beautiful. It's number 36 and it's called Seek Your Answers Within. So 36 is 36-9, which gives us master number 369 to play with in this energy as well. So that's an exciting energy to come through here as well. And that's the energy of creation, but perfect creation of the new. So the reminder comes through with this card, and this is sort of to uplift and inspire you a little bit this week to keep you motivated, is a reminder that the wisdom is always inside of you, not just in your head. It's in your heart, okay, or in your soul. So remember that no matter what happens, you can deal with it. You do have the inner resources available, and they come from these other aspects of self. We always expect to be able to handle things if we know on a conscious level how to do it. But there are other forms of knowing. There's the heart's wisdom, and I'm not talking about lust, or desire here. I'm talking about true heart wisdom, or the wisdom of the higher self as well. We have all of these resources that we forget because we're so busy with our conscious mind going, oh yes, I know this, or oh no, I don't know this, that we forget we have all these other resources to draw on, and all this other wisdom and knowledge to draw on within us. So the reminder is that Grandmother Bear is here with her deep protective energy this week. Remember that you are loved, and that when your decisions come from a place of compassion, from higher love, and not just from lust or desire or selfishness, but from a place of truly wanting what's best for everyone's highest good, the way will always be shown. Okay. So thank you very much for tuning in again. I would be very grateful if you could take a moment out of your busy day to subscribe to the channel, leave me a like, and remember to leave me one of your lovely comments, and I will see you again soon.